Both the fixed mindset and the growth mindset are on a similar spectrum, in which the fixed mindset is at the lower limit while the growth mindset is at the upper limit. As an individual, we are either in the region closer to the growth mindset or at the region closer to the lower, which is the fixed mindset. But as an enlightened individual that we are in this community, we are to strive to move from the lower end, which is fixed mindset, to the upper limit, which is the growth mindset. But for us to be able to do that, we have to understand what fixed mindset is and what growth mindset is. After understanding that, we are going to explore 5 powerful ways to move from that fixed mindset region to the growth mindset region, which is what this video is here to discuss today. Hello friends, welcome back to another discussion with Al-ameen, in which we'll be exploring 5 powerful ways to shift from fixed mindset to growth mindset. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing to this channel so we'll be able to always discuss together like this in the future. Now, I want us to understand the concept of fixed mindset and that of growth mindset before we discuss further about how to move from one end to another end. The first thing we ought to understand about fixed mindset is that, let me paint it in a better scenario for us to understand. Assuming you are in a store and you are observing a lady address the salesperson in a very rude manner, but the lady is telling the truth. It's actually giving a honest review to the salesperson, but in a very harsh and rude manner. As an enlightened being that you are, you walked up to the lady and tried to explain to her that though her idea is okay, what she's trying to say is good, but the way she's presenting it is not that okay. And the lady responded harshly to you that that is who I am. That is my thing. If you don't like me, you stay away from me. If you like, you accept what I say. If you like, you don't accept what I say. That is who I am, and you have to take me for who I am. That is an example of a person with fixed mindset, or that demonstrated fixed mindset. She established that this is who she is. She's not open to um, she's not being open to advice on how to get the best of herself in terms of behavior, in terms of addressing people. That is on an individual level. On a community level, the fixed mindset on a community level is when an example to also establish that is when you see a set of people following a prophet or following a leader blindly, in which whatever the leader says is what they do, irrespective of the ethics or the morals associated, or irrespective of the other aspects that they were supposed to put into consideration. They don't put it into consideration. That's an example of a fixed mindset on a community level. Having known from analysis what fixed mindset is, what is growth mindset? On the other hand, growth mindset is when an individual is high in openness, open to advice, open to grow more, open to become better self, open to acknowledging that he is deficient in some things and is ready to grow in them. And also, alongside, he knows he has some ability which are fantastic, and he's also using them to become more better. This is growth mindset. You are open to receive advice, receive criticism, receive uh, all sort of goodness. Let's just put it that way. That is growth mindset, when you are open. Why fixed mindset is when you are restricted, that you stand firmly on something. Now, having known what fixed mindset is and what growth mindset is, how about we explore powerful ways to move from that fixed mindset region if we find ourselves to be in the region, or if we know someone that is in that particular region that we can advise that this way is, if you start acting this way, if you move this way, you can have eased mind and grow more, because it is best for us to be open to growth. This is how we can best enjoy our stay here. The first on the list of how we can shift from fixed mindset individual to growth mindset individual is to surround ourselves with growth minded individual. How do we know people that have growth minded individual? We see people that are explorative in nature. We see them as they write programs, they embark in business pitching, they do all sorts of things They network with people. You could see the openness in them, that they are ready to grow. They are always willing to grow, contribute ideas to society, contribute to any community they have. When we see this kind of people, we should try to move with them, because we are some of the average of the people that we move around with. When we move with people that have constricted mindset, we tend to become that particular set of people. So this is why we should move towards people that are growth-minded individuals. We see evidences of why they are growth-minded. They accept advices, they network with people, they build something, they learn. We see them learning. So this is, we see them doing something. This is an attribute of people that are of growth mind. So we should move towards them. That is the first on the list. The second on the list is to make sure we replace the personal philosophy of I can't to not yet. We should avoid saying I can't do this in the context of something that is moral and is of what is worthy in pursuing. In context of that, we should not be saying I can't do this, I can't do that, but we should be of the model that I can't do that yet. I'm not capable of doing that yet, but I would love to have the ability in the future. That is a different model from I can't do that, I can't stop myself, I can't start new thing. That's an entire model which is deficient on its own, because it lacks the ability to facilitate our personal growth. It restricts us. That's that. The third one is to learn from criticism. We should learn from, most especially in this era of social media that we are, we see people that will give us a feedback in polite manner, which is constructive, while we also see people that will give in a very harsh way. We shouldn't take this personal. We should try to extract the lesson in them. We should leverage on the lesson in this criticism. We should be able to embrace them. We shouldn't see them as something that is there to destroy us. We should just filter the triggering words, the aggressive words, and all the likes. We should filter them away and embrace the lessons in it for us. These are ways to move from fixed mindsets to powerful, explorative, growth, and abundance mindset. The fourth one is to celebrate efforts and not only outcome. Often than not, the reason why people don't embrace new challenges is because they know it takes time to reach the pinnacle of that, or to start reaping the reward of that particular journey. So they would like to stay where they are because they are benefiting, even though the benefit they are reaping there might be very minute to what they are going to reap if they reach the peak of the new journey. They'll tend to stay there. But if you know how to celebrate your efforts, how to journey, say people that love the journey tends to walk very distant than those people who love the outcome. So this is what we are pointing out to. Often than not, when you look at the outcome alone, you don't really love the journey because it's going to be demanding, challenging, and difficult. So, but if you celebrate your effort, the progress, the journey, if you are in love with it, if you like it, you celebrate yourself doing it, you acknowledge yourself that you are doing well, you tend to grow. You tend to be open to accept challenges, which is the concept of growth mindset, as opposed to being comfortable where you are. And last one is to embrace challenge, which is just the last on the discussion and not in any way the last in ways to shift from this fixed mindset to growth mindset. It is to accept challenge, challenge yourself. This helps us to grow. We take on responsibility as much as we can. It allows us to think. It allows us to put our energy in the right things. When we challenge ourselves, when we accept challenges, we put in our time wisely, we use our time wisely, we put in our energy in constructive things. When we accept challenges, we don't have time for nonsense on the social media. Sorry to say, we don't waste our time around all over the social media going up and down. So these are the 5 ways I think and I researched that we can use to shift from fixed mindset to growth mindset. If you learn anything from this video, please engage in the comment section. Let us discuss your opinion too, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. God bless you.